Hello, my name is Amar. I'm here to talk about SaaS data protection today. Today, the cloud adoption is actually steadily on the rise for the past few years, and this is the world where you can consume anything as a service and pay only for what you actually use. And that's unlike the traditional data center model. In the same context, software as a service is another service that is provided by cloud service providers. And the SaaS adoption and consumption has been on the rise for the last few years. And very recently, the spending of SaaS consumption has crossed $100 billion. And the top most consumed services, SaaS services, are Microsoft Office 365 and Salesforce. Microsoft Office 365 provides a messaging and collaboration platform to improve end user productivity, and the most important applications consumed in Office 365 are Exchange Online, OneDrive for Business, SharePoint Online, Groups, and Teams. Similarly, Salesforce is the most widely used CRM application across the globe that organizations use to drive their business. And the important mission critical data is actually stored in many different clouds like Sales Cloud, Service Cloud, Force.com, Marketing Cloud, and Community Cloud, and so on. Data is the digital currency in today's world, and the loss of data could actually result in economic loss for organizations. And what induces data loss? Fundamentally, the most recent industry research actually claims that 47% of the data loss was actually induced by end user actions, that being said, accidental deletions or probably intentional, unintentional. And 17% of data loss was actually because of insider threat and malicious intent, and 13% of the data losses were due to ransomware attack. And please note that it is actually growing year over year. In the cloud world, you as a customer are the one who's responsible for your data. There are many different options that your cloud service provider may provide you to recover data, but they may not be end to end. At the same time, they are not comprehensive and they are not very easy to use too. Hence, it is very important for you to actually have a data protection solution for your mission critical data stored in services like Office 365 and Salesforce. NetApp SaaS Backup is a born in the cloud application built to protect mission critical data that is actually stored in Office 365 and Salesforce. And it is built with best in class security and also enables you to provide a multi tier SLAs in terms of RPOs to your customers inside your organization. And also, NetApp SaaS Backup was actually built with a philosophy in mind to make sure that our customers do not require to actually build complex competency in managing and administering this data protection application. That being said, the UI is so simple and intuitive to use that it is very consistent. The UI is consistent across any applications that you're configuring for data protection, be it Exchange Online or OneDrive for Business, SharePoint, Groups, and Teams, or even Salesforce for that matter. This is a UI for any action. It does not require more than 3 clicks per configuration. That's the most important point for you to note. And also, NetApp SaaS Backup actually comes with an all-inclusive licensing that provides you unlimited storage, retention capabilities, and also backups. And you can actually also provides you the flexibility to be able to store data at a storage endpoint of your choice, either at a NetApp provided AWS S3 bucket or an Azure Blob storage. You can also consume our service by actually bringing your own storage. That being said, still have the choice of actually storing the data in your AWS bucket or an Azure Blob. But should there be a compliance concern that concerns you and requires you to bring the data, which is the protected data, back to your on-premises, you could do so by actually leveraging our StorageGRID web scale appliance. And also, NetApp provides you the ability to take your data anytime with you with the export configuration. That being said, you can export your mailboxes to a PSD file, or probably your OneDrive and SharePoint data and your Salesforce data and export at any point in time. And also, for if there are any compliance reasons why you need to actually kind of delete a data from the backup, because say for example, if an employee left the organization and you do not want to actually retain his mailbox anymore, you're free to do so with our purging capability. And I'm sure at this point in time, you're very excited about NetApp SaaS Backup, and I would strongly encourage you to go ahead and start a free trial by filling up a simple form in this web page. And we provide you a 30-day trial. Good luck with your trial, and I'll see you in our service.